Your main class in Diablo 4, or any video game for that matter, might say a lot about your personality. There's a psychological phenomenon called player or self-insertion. Halo did this really well, where we insert ourselves as an avatar into the player or character that we are playing as. So there's oftentimes a difference between the real version of ourselves and obviously whoever we're playing as. But we'll get to that later. What happens in ARPGs like Diablo is there is friction between what we want to play and enjoy playing and what is the meta at the given season. Modern psychology calls this intrinsic motivation versus extrinsic motivation. Put simply, our favorite classes might not be in the meta or in the S tier for a season. And then we have a choice. Do we play what we love, or do we play what deals the most damage at the time? And if you think about it, it's really a microcosm for a career choice. We're faced with the same decision. I'll use myself as an example. I went through school to get certified to become a medical lab tech. Not because I loved or see myself being a medical lab tech, but because it pays the bills. Similarly, I might play as a bard for a season not because I see myself as some super muscular, ripped gym goer or warrior, but because it deals the most damage and affords me quick resources to go and level another alt character quickly. So back to the class choice and what it says about our personality. There's a lot of lore when it comes to classes in Diablo 4, and there's a lot of parallels to some of the classes in Carl Jungian archetypes in modern psychology. The warrior, the hero, the magician, the mother, etc. The rebel. Carl Jung and myself believes that all humans are born with a collective unconscious outline for these types of archetypes. We're not immediately born knowing what a mage is, but we see ourselves with certain affinities and aptitudes for certain behaviors. And as we experience and meet people, consume modern media, play video games, we start to fill in the blanks with these archetypes. The classes in Diablo 4 can help us bridge the gap between who we are and our idealized version of ourselves. Again, I'll use myself as an example. I've always heavily identified with the Necromancer and now the Warlock, which has got a lot of parallels in how they are. If you look at the lore, they have spent a lot of time in exile. That's why they're now just coming out of the woodwork, because of the stigma that society attaches to them because they use infernal magic. The Warlocks came from the Vizhurai clan, somehow ended up in Hell, which was a harrowing experience, and now used that experience to help defend Sanctuary from the primevals. Now, I haven't been literally exiled by society, but I have spent a significant amount of my childhood in isolation, so there's a part of me that can relate to that. Now, I also haven't literally been to Hell, but I've spent a significant amount of time fighting inner demons. I also haven't been to Hell literally, but I've had challenging inner demons and significant character defects that come with the Sigma in modern society. I mean, no one really likes to hear whenever you meet an alcoholic or an addict. Nobody really knows what to say other than congratulations or get your shit together. Now, does this mean I'm a warlock? No, but there's parallels between coming to terms with the inner experiences that we've had that are challenging, i.e. for the warlocks going to hell, and then using those experiences to then defend Sanctuary. Or if we look at the Paladin, what's the holy altruistic class, or even the angels in Diablo lore. Doing the right thing has never felt or looked cool to me and often feels weak. But when you see the representation of that crashing down from the heavens in arbiter form, being orbited by a bunch of glowing hammers filled with holy energy, slaughtering demons, all of a sudden doing the right thing now has a new compartment in my head. It doesn't suck as much. TLDR, we put ourselves in the character. The more we play, the more skill points we spend, the more we level up, the more we transmog and customize, the more we merge our identity with our characters in a very subtle way. Of course, we can't live vicariously through the game. We need to go out, touch grass, apply these principles into the choices we make in our everyday lives, as mundane and boring as they are compared to the world of Sanctuary. But this is why playing and immersing ourselves in the lore, learning about these things, we learn a valuable lesson that who we are is not who we are doomed to be. But this ain't about me, it's about you. What I want to hear from you is, what is your main class? What do you identify with? Do you just play for pure strategy? Is this just the meta for you? And that's fine too. Maybe you don't give a shit. Or do the aesthetics of the class actually speak to you? If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, press that like button. If you like me, subscribe. Peace.